it turns out we had one burnt terminal on that injector coil. So we got a new set of injector coils coming today. And so that'll take care of our funny feeling at wide open throttle. We weren't getting a wide open nozzle there. And then, so, you know, the old original dash bulbs, you know, they get very, very dim over the years. But man, I put these LEDs in there. Look how bright that dash is now. I mean, it's like a brand new car. Very well worth the upgrade. Very well worth it. I mean, it's broad, you know, it's very bright in this garage. And I mean, you could hardly see these in the daytime. I wished I would have filmed it before. We went ahead and hooked up our, that's the front camera, rear camera. Of course, you know, the SC. And now the dash matches the gauges, all green, white background. And we're also going to, you know, these seats always go bad right here because that's where you get in and out. You rub, 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 you know. The vehicle's, you know, what, 14 years old? We're going to install this nice new one here. We just got from Ford, original factory leather. And then got this bad boy from IPR, external high pressure oil cooler. So we'll put that on too. And take a test drive. So, first time I'm using this GoPro 11 for a vlog. But anyway, you know, I was going to do a response video to, you know, what Ronnie had to say. But then I saw the Gotcha Man's video. And that's got me feeling a whole different way. But, man, Johnny, you go snipe a guy's private video and live stream it. I don't even want to begin to hear what excuse there is for that. There isn't one. Man, what a low down dirty thing to do to somebody. Anyway, yeah, I can relate a lot to what Ronnie had to say. And you know, the worst part about it, it's kind of like a chick, you know, it's really hard for a female to kick addiction, especially one that at one point or another was cute or good looking, because there is an unlimited amount of new cucks and rusty trucks, you know, Swartzes, you know, poor little Frederick and the rest of them over there, Eismics, you know, simps, incels that never get attention from a female, who can buy attention from these addicted chicks, right? And, you know, the addicted chicks are 100% dependent on them simping, and they're willing to do whatever it takes for their attention. And so it's just a mixture of enabling perpetuation, and it takes a long time for these girls to find rock bottom because of that. I don't know how many people have seen the Maddie and Gerald saga that was originally started by a guy called The Chosen One, W-O-N, who would interview some street prostitutes in the poor part of Detroit. And Maddie was one girl that, in particular, that he interviewed, and she was at one time a fairly good-looking young lady. And he helped her start a YouTube channel, thinking he was helping her. so people could like send her stuff. Well, all that has done is perpetuate her addiction. I think she's been on the streets now, literally on the streets, living wherever she can find shelter, abandoned houses, whatever, and hanging with some worthless dude she calls her boyfriend, and people keep sending her money. So she's yet to find her rock bottom. On those cold winter nights when rock bottom would come knocking, you got these simps out there buying her a hotel room, whatever, you know, whatever, however they can get attention from her. And so, you know, for a dude, for a normal guy, you know, rock bottom can come fairly quick, because, you know, they're not going to have these simps out there, you know, giving them money when they're down and out. You know, so what do you say for somebody that's too rich to run out? You know, I mean, it'd take a long time for a millionaire to spend all his money on drugs, right? It's going to be a long time for it. And then to be surrounded by people whom you've given expensive gifts to. It's, you know, there's no good ingredients there, right? So I feel for you, dude. You know, I dealt with that. And you know, it'd be easy to sit here and do a reaction video and stop the video and talk, you know, whatever. Everybody heard what you had to say. I don't think we need to play it again. But I don't think it's going to help. And I'll tell you why. When they are at that stage where they view everything as a personal attack, nothing could come from a genuine place. And especially if you try to say, hey, you're having some issues, I want you to get some help, the pushback, the denial is just hard to beat. That everything will be a conspiracy. You want something, it's your fault or whatever. And usually desperation at one point or another puts an end to that. But you know, with friends like Crack Squad, you're not going to find it. And I can tell you, I know exactly the kind of messages and text messages and crap you've been getting. And Ronnie, the people that do that to you are people like Thomas Swartz of Burlington, Kentucky, his dopey kid, Frederick, who actually conned your son out of a classic truck while he was whacked out of his gourd, tripping, accusing innocent YouTubers of doing something to Kylie Rodney while he had his whole bandit of low IQ morons invested in some stupid conspiracy from her parents to get money from GoFundMe. And, you know, half of these low IQ simpletons are still out here at it. You know, the Swartzes certainly are. And so, I don't know. I don't know when that, I don't know when your blue skies are coming, brother. But I've been there. I know exactly what you're dealing with. Only, at least, you know, for my son, it came to a time when, you know, he ran out of options. And so finally had to place some trust in those that cared about him the most. And things are better. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, Patty accused what she said was cult, and part of that's true. It's very true. And the reason I say that is when you're willing to attack and hate someone you've never spoken to, that you do not know, that you've never had any interaction with whatsoever, simply because they said something about the leader of this group you're in, that's cultish behavior. You can shake it any way you want, but it's true. And when you've got 5 men that are willing to be on a 6-hour live stream doing nothing but just making wild assumptions about some other person's life and stalking them in real life, sending stuff to their house, calling their neighbors, contacting people with the same last. I mean, that's just, it's cultish behavior. And they're so desperate to just try to prove someone else does what they do so that they can somehow justify it. And there just isn't any justifying it. And unfortunately, there's no shortage of these simpletons, Ronnie. And unless Ryan wakes up and says, "Hey, you guys don't be doing this to people on my behalf." Oh no, it's just going to get worse. And I honestly fear for where that's going to lead for him, because one of them's going to seek the ultimate attaboy from, somebody, see if somebody like, I'll give you an example. If somebody showed up at my house tomorrow and like spray painted something on the front of my house, let's say, for example, Rusty Truck, Thomas Swartz, and his dopey kid, Frederick, would cheer him on. They'd do like a live and just like attaboy and pat him on the back and what a great job. You hear Rusty say that this guy right here is his favorite YouTuber. And let me tell you, this guy's a sleazebag who lives in a ghetto, slum, Section 8 apartment with his mom that he abuses, multiple criminal charges, and he has been on a relentless troll of me ever since I dared to say, "Hey, what you're doing to these YouTubers and the parents of this child is wrong." From that day forward, this simpleton has been stalking me and my family on behalf of Ryan Upchurch for the sole purpose. That's the only reason he even knew who I was, right? Never had any contact with this simpleton. Same with Thomas Swartz over there in Kentucky. I just don't see it ending well, and I don't see Ryan. I don't see the people around Ryan being responsible enough to say, "Dude, this ain't good. Not only is it dangerous, look what it's doing to your reputation. Look what it's doing to your numbers. Look what it's doing to your views. You're not getting invited to be on any podcast. You're not getting asked to be at the Grand Ole Opry. You're not being interviewed by Fox News for your new song that just got released." Because of these people. And until, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Blue Moon needs to sue a couple of these people. Maybe Blue Moon should file suit against Thomas Swartz and his dopey kid for embezzling assets and slandering his likeness on social media. Maybe that's the next step. Who knows? But it very much is a cult, very much cultish behavior, and it's a huge part of why things are the way they are. because but for these dirtbags, I think Ryan would have gotten a real clear message from his real fan base that, hey, we're not down with all this negativity and accusing innocent people of heinous crimes and making a mockery of a missing child and dragging her grieving parents. And again, I get so tired of listening to these simpletons defend it by saying, well, it's just his opinion. No, it's his opinion plus 3 million. Okay, it's a big difference when some stupid knucklehead says something on YouTube and a celebrity with a huge following and a bunch of simpletons that will hang on his every word. There's a big difference. And it just goes to show that just how incredibly low IQ they are, because they don't even understand that is a massive difference. And so yeah, I feel for you, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I wish it wasn't that way. But I know what you're going through. The constant, you know, me against them. You know, everybody's out to get me. Everything has an underlying motive. And all it is you trying to say, hey, dude, man, I don't see this ending well for you, man. Can you know, here's some advice I think you should listen to. I don't know. I'll tell you, it really brought back some memories for me listening to you. And you know, I don't think, you know, that's all you can do is say, listen, I can't support you while you're doing this shit. You know, I'm here for you. But you know, I can't help you if that's what you're doing. That's all you can do. Unfortunately, I think you got a long road ahead of you. And until a couple of these cultists out here are held accountable for what they do, I just see it getting worse. I see it getting far worse before it gets any better. And to gotcha, man, it's a shame. Your good intentions were shit on. But, you know, I guess all you can say is it just shows who everybody are. You know, who everybody really is, I guess. You know, my intentions are nothing but the best for the guy. And it's only because I can see where it's headed. Wisdom. So, yeah.